Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Wheel of Life, also known as Frederick Hudson's cycle of change or cycle of renewal. And this cycle of renewal is a compelling model for mastering change in your life, as well as understanding the value of the natural order of life as we travel through the good times and the difficult times along the way. So if you are interested in learning and looking deeper at the cycles of change in your life, then keep listening. The acknowledgement of the cycle of change allows you and allows us all to understand that this is the natural order of life. This is how life transitions in any aspect, and our ability to get this is what will allow us in coping with whatever life throws at us, so that we will be prepared for whatever happens next. The 4 cycles of change begins at the top. I want you to picture a clock. So this clock begins with happiness at around 12 o'clock, and happiness is our moment of confidence. It is our natural ability to be in sync with our normal regular routine. This is where we feel we are called to be. Here we are high focused, we're energized, and in our comfort zone. As you know, time keeps moving forward no matter what, and life continues. The next stage is loss at 3 o'clock. Another term for this is called boredom. It's also a feeling of being stuck or restlessness. Time continues to go towards the 6 o'clock hand. This stage is known as suffering, and this transition into suffering can also be a moment of cocooning or going into hermit mode. The cocooning stage is our moment of transformation. This is the stage where we start to self-reflect, we change and mold into the person that we'd like to become, or the person that you'd like to become. The season of suffering is actually the season of self-reflection, meditation, acceptance, inner work, and self-evaluation. As we continue down towards the 9 o'clock position, this 4th phase is what we call go for it, or in other words known as hope. This, in a nutshell, is the cycle of renewal or the wheel of change. So happiness, loss, suffering, hope, which goes back again to happiness. Happiness is our comfort zone. However, according to the cycle of renewal, we know we can't stay in happiness forever. We know that eventually loss is going to hit. When we hit that phase of loss, we try everything in our power to go back to happiness. We avoid the suffering and the feelings that go with it. We want to avoid this as much as we can. But did you know that the Latin root of suffering means to bear or to endure an experience? So if suffering means to bear or to endure an experience, but we keep running away from it, not allowing it to come into our lives, where does that leave us?
Stuck in phase 2. That's where
there's no way around phase 3 of suffering. We cannot avoid it. We cannot go under it, around it, or over it. We cannot numb it, hide it, disguise it, or alter it. We have to go through suffering in order for hope to arise. Through suffering is where we get the revelation of what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. We also see the determination in our deep reflection and notice that there is progress because we went through the suffering. And when we see progress, we start to see hope. Hope really is the light at the end of the tunnel, where we are in a dark place and we are in desperate need of light. We know that hope is the only thing that can get us out. And in order to see hope, we have to go through the suffering. Sadly though, in this wheel of life, not much people make it past the first level. Our level of personal growth and maturity are correlated to how many times we go through that cycle of change or transition. If we by any chance know that we skipped any stage in this process, we did not make a round. If you're not where you're meant to be, you know internally that you are hiding in one of these phases, trying to run away from completing a round of the wheel of life. Change is needed for growth. transitions are needed for us to walk into our calling. And as we go through the cycle of renewal, each phase, suffering, happiness, loss, and hope, we know that this is a part of life. This transition in each season of our life is going to happen at some point. Prepared for the next season by demonstrating long suffering, which is actually fruit of the Spirit, experiencing, learning, and having integrity, showing gratitude for the season that you're in, so that you can move on to the next season with much joy, knowing that you are working towards your purpose each time that you execute every phase. The calling that we have over our lives and the cycle of renewal that we go through is fueled by our relationships with God. So if we are ever in burnout, ever tired to keep moving forward, keep reflecting and allowing these things to mold you into the person that you want to be. We have to remember to rely on the source that gives us life and energy, as well as continue on into who it is that we're supposed to be.